on. Who here watches Abba and Preach? Who amongst my audience does so? Let's see. Who here has been watching it? Is this one? Is this one? Well, I can't tell who's getting in because I can see that I am live, but it's being weird about telling me where I'm live. Konnichiwa. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear me because you're all being so quiet. You can hear me. You live in these nuts. I did not realize. Cherish Psalms, I didn't realize you were Purple Honey. I did not know. I thought your art style looked familiar, but I didn't know. R.I.P. my ears. Shit, you know I need a lighter. I need a different brown as well. I need a more reddish color. She wants to relax. I'm assuming that is you, Hunty. You should have kicked the spawn out. Listen, they aren't even my spawn. All right? You guys remember when I was a nanny? These are the same chitlins. Sweet little fangs that they are. And they're mine. They're not mine, but they're mine. It is what it is. I didn't birth them, but I've been there for them their whole lives. Fun fact, I met the little girl before I met her dad, and I didn't even realize it. Remember the day they came over to my house? It was so funny. Her grandmother had bought from me at a furniture store that I worked at, and when they walked into my house, I looked at myself, I know this baby. And their mother, who is slightly irrational, looks at me like I got 10 heads. She's like, how do you know my baby? But yeah, if you guys have heard me talk about, like, you know, that there are men I know who have gotten full custody of their kids, and it's not everything that Pearl espounges. These are the kids that I'm talking about. These are the chitlins. And if you're smart and you do what you're supposed to do in the courts, and you say the right stuff and you keep the right evidence, you can win. Doesn't matter your gender. Yes, it is a little more bias, I won't lie. Sunny is preventing Orion from coming in the office right now. If you guys can't hear that in the distance, that's Orion very desperately wanting to walk in here with me. And he can't. But anyways, it's back to topic at hand. Has anyone been paying attention to Abba and Preach? Anyone? Anyone been seeing what's going on with them? Because it's a little wild. I can't lie. It is a bit wild. Ow, Sonny, for fuck's sake. God almighty. Did it last night too. Ugh. So, if you guys have watched Abba and Preach for more than a second, you'll know that fairly often they do reactions to Jubilee, things like that. Well, apparently, Jubilee, who in the past went on record, on camera, on their channels, saying they are okay with people reacting to their stuff, has recanted that idea. They have gone back and decided no. Which, you know, they have that right as the IP holder, and you all know how I am about IP holders. However, it is not that they recanted that is the problem. It is that after very publicly, specifically saying they liked, even if they didn't like the commentary themselves, they liked when people like Abba and Preach, specifically naming them, comment on their things. They then turned around and hired a copyright agency to strike all of Abba and Preach's videos. We're talking a good amount of videos that accumulate enough that if these strikes go through, which they probably will, would be enough to literally demonetize and strip Abba and Preach of their channel. So they would essentially be kicked off of YouTube. They would all of their channels would go away. All of them. Because it would be enough of a breach of the contract of YouTube that it would be against them being YouTubers, if you will. And I, amongst many other people, felt that was a little shitty. It was kind of snaky of them. Kind of really snaky of them. I have Nashville hot nuggets from Casey. I have heard about the new nuggets. They pulled the Reaction Bros. Technically, they pulled a Fresh and Fit. Because everything that they've done is fair use. It's within guidelines. It's within what is allowed on YouTube. There is nothing wrong with what Abba and Preach did. There is nothing wrong with it. They followed, even Jubilee themselves said, the only reason they don't like it is because the guys are playing the game. They just don't like the game. They don't like that they're right, or the comments are maybe a little mean or a little too on point or calling them out. So it is not that they did anything wrong. It's just that you don't like it. And that's ridiculous to me. That is ridiculous to me. That is ridiculous. You don't have to like what someone is doing. How's she doing, babe? Oh, so there was more homework? Okay. Our little niece, who's 8, is learning coins. And your dear Starson was trying. And I was sort of succeeding. See, the problem is that my little lady here, I love this little girl. She's a very intelligent little girl. However, her mother imparted on her, sadly, the gift of deep frustration. Deep frustration. And so, as she's sitting there trying to learn what money is, she's not understanding. Like, so if I place, right? I place, for lack of presentation right now, let's say I put a penny, a nickel, and a quarter in front of her and I tell her to count out the change, right? She's not understanding that this is 1 cent, 5 cents, and 25 cents. She's counting just 3. And that's what her homework is consisting of, simple addition of the amount of coins, not what the coins amount to. And so she is sitting there getting very frustrated. And the reason why I know she's having a hard time with me teaching her, even though I'm kind of getting through, is because her mother gifted her with deep frustration. And what her mother will do is go, that's it, I'm done. Just give it to me and I'll do it. And I think that's what she was expecting. But her father, who's obviously a guy, doesn't do that with her. He doesn't just let her, get away with stuff. And she doesn't want to. At the end of the day, she wants to learn. This little girl wants to learn. But she can't until she's got the right teacher in front of her. And so I was going over there and I was teaching her to count, and she knows how to count. She knows how to count to 200. But when I told her to add 50 and 50, she looked at me and said 55, because it was not computing for her. And so that's why I was partly why it took me so long to get on stream today. And also, so what I ended up doing was I said, you know what, babe, you take over. And what took me to get her to get 2 done, he got done all the other 7. And so it's just a matter of she just needs to have, I guess, a male telling her that she needs to have a male explaining it to her, because she responds better to guys. You can tell she was waiting for me to get frustrated. She was waiting for me to get mad at her. And then she started saying to me, well, I just can't do it. I can't count like that. I don't understand it. That doesn't make sense. Like, things she was saying to me were not things she was saying to Starman. And so, but again, I have a lot of problems with her madre to begin with. That it is what it is. So her mom has made her a misogynist, right? The problem is that her mother and I used to be friends. What's wrong, baby?
Nothing.
We're all set?
Yep.
All right, the empanadas are in the oven?
Yep.
Perfect.
She nailed her,
That's my girl. She's also very fascinated with the fact that Auntie Cassie's on YouTube. She was asking me earlier about it. Babe!
Yeah?
Send her in here really quick. This is what I'm going to try to help her with, though. Come here, you. Did you get it all done?
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
Did you figure out what the coins mean?
Yes.
Don't look at the screen. Look at Auntie. So, did you get it all done?
Yes.
You figured it out, didn't you?
Yes.
I told you could. Give me big high fives.
What did you draw?
What is that? What do you think? What do you think this is?
It's like a girl.
It's a girl. No, it's not.
What is it, like an elf?
Yeah, it's an elf.
How did you draw it?
I drew it with my hands.
I like it.
You like it?
Yes.
Yeah?
I think you're an artist.
You think I'm an artist?
Yes.
Well, thank you,
Do
baby.
you know how to draw real people?
Well, that's a real person, sort of.
Like people.
You mean like a real person?
Yes.
I think I could try.
But if you do not.
Yeah, I think I could. Everyone's saying good job, by the way. Everyone's very proud of you on my stream. Yeah, I know, Sonny. He's up on my channel, yeah.
He wants to be in it.
Yes, he does. Oh, Orion wants to be in it too.
But he cannot.
No, he cannot. But I'm very proud of you, baby. You did a good job. All right, and so Uncle Matt's getting all that cooked for you. All right, and since you did such a good job, you know what that means? You get the special treat after dinner. Yay! All right.
What about Sammy?
I don't know. Sammy didn't listen to Uncle Matt outside. I think no. He did poke the anthill when we told him not to. He did not listen. But you go tell Uncle Matt what you want to watch, okay, baby? I want to make sure she gets just positive after she does a good job. She's based for calling Gia girl. You all suck. Because she associates long hair with girls. That's why. And Sonny used to belong to her. And now he's blocking me. Cassie making her simp for Guy. Sure am. Sure am. Sure freaking am. Can I get... No, sir. Then you get down. Ugh. I'm trying to make sure that when she does good, rather than just, I just want to make sure that she gets positivity, because I just feel her mother is very much doomy and gloomy and gets frustrated very easy, like really frustrated. And rather than try to reason herself through it or feel better about it afterwards, she just gets angrier. Hands off the pussy. And that's the problem. Like and they just had another baby. Her mother and the mother's new boyfriend had another baby, and I can tell that that's frustrating her, because she was supposed to watch the kids the other day, and there was a whole thing, and their father asked her to watch her kids. She's like, I can't. I haven't got anyone watching the kids. Well, who's watching your baby, ma'am? Because no matter what, whoever's watching that kid, they're related to you and those kids too, ma'am. I pray her mommy will encounter with God. Her mother is, in my opinion, lost at this point in a lot of ways. I really do believe that. I feel like I do think she could be if she chose to, but I don't think she would like to. My honest opinion. She's one of those black people that really hates white people. She was one of those BLM people. And frankly, she hasn't really liked that Matt and I are in the babies' lives. So, it is what it is. And again, she and I used to be friends. But now she's, you know. But again, it is what it is. Oh, goodbye, Jade. Go have fun with dinner. Yeah, she, like the whole family didn't like the girls, the children's father because he wasn't quite black enough for them. They're those kind of people. And just... these kids could have had a really great life with their mom and dad without any drama or issues. And the problem is the whole family just wanted to be ratchet instead. And they kind of ruined that. And they pushed their parents apart. And didn't really see anything wrong with that. Pretty much. I think I heard some guy getting dumped because the girl's parents said he wasn't black. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because there's one thing I learned. Hi, Christian. One thing I learned. And Christian's actually met their father. He got dragged by my old boss into the back of the restaurant when it was still an Asian restaurant. And he and their father, my husband's best friend, all had to help. I didn't expect it at the time. I didn't know it was going to happen, but it was kind of funny afterwards. Sorry, Christian. Sorry that happened to you. Now that I'm starting to feel better, though, it'll be a lot easier. They brought the only black guy in the back of the restaurant. No. No, you can ask Christian. There's quite a few black people in that family. Quite a few. After 30 minutes, she was done. She's so used to... I don't know. You made a mess, though. Yeah. She believes in birth by fire, and I tried to explain to her you can't just do that to people. She sees everyone as a body to be used during work. And she's back in country now, so I might be having a bit of a whatchamacallit soon. A change up in scheduling again. So glad my boyfriend's family ain't BLM crazy. We got lit for New Year's, and I'm pretty sure I'm besties with one of his aunts. I'm a little cheap teapot, short and stout. Here's my booster rocket. Here's my other booster. I'm a space shuttle. They could have made him into Chinese meat. Damn. We did live near each other. Christian moved back to his home. And I'm glad he did. He's got a nice support system. But I miss the opportunity to be able to take him because, again, if he was still here, he'd have been one of the YouTubers I tried to convince for the meetup. By the way, Christian, I'm trying to do a meetup in the summer. I'm looking around end of July. But I'm not sure. Do you think you'd be able to finagle that financially? To come here and visit a day in July? Mrs. Potts identifies as a rocket now. Letting him dry a little bit. But as you can see, like, adding these little depths of brown and gold into it, it really does give him just a different feel. You're doing a meetup? Yes. It's not out of the question. I'm due a vacation. Yes, you are. Been working too hard. Yes, you have. And yes, I am. I'm you were on the live stream the other day when I was on Gothic's live stream. I jokingly said a meetup here in North Carolina, and she said she'd be open to coming to one. So there's a couple of people I'm trying to convince to come, so that we could, because I'd want to get a big bunch of people, and where I'd want to have it is a park. Linda knows what's up. Yeah, baby. And I'm letting his hair dry a little bit before I start doing this section over here. And so what I'm trying to do is I'm aiming for the middle of summer. There's a specific week, and I'm trying to get people there. This park has a very large forest area we can walk in. It has a lot of different, it has a really cute little area where you can have, like, they call them shelters. So I don't know what you guys call them when you rent out a little covered seat area where you are, but in North Carolina, they're typically called a shelter. You rent out a shelter. And it has outlets for electricity. You could bring a grill. I figured we could have some kind of food meetup there where we, cook together, things like that. Gee Boy here is just a combo of her straight and lesbian No, originally, so who's watched Labyrinth? It's a great way to put how Gee came about. So Gee is an amalgamation of several different things. When I first streamed about him, he was a Saiyan, okay? And he has short, flat black hair. Hello, Lunda. So when I first came up with him, he was a Saiyan. It was in a dream, and he had short... There. Thank you. Part of it. Okay? A pavilion. They do call them pavilions, too. Yeah. Well, welcome, Lunda. Welcome to it. We're going over my top... Yeah, it is David Bowie, but I'm trying to talk about I think his name is Gareth? I haven't said his name in so long. But I believe it's Gareth. Okay, Jareth, thank you, God. So Jareth was part of that inspiration. Okay? Saiyans and Nick Carter. Get it out now, Chaco. Go ahead. Say what you need to say. Say what you need to say, Chaco. Go ahead. Just get it out the way. Jimothy. And his personality has shifted between nice guy and slight asshole. What, you say I wasn't listening? Oh, good. No one tell her. But those were the inspirations for his design, which, frankly, so it went from short cropped black hair to short cropped blonde hair. You guys saw in the original drawings I did of him, he looked a little bit like He-Man. I was trying to draw him like a really rustic Saiyan kind of situation. My actual name's Lindsay. It's my mom's account. I subscribe to live streaming channels like this because I like to chat. Oh, well, thank you, Lunda. Does he has mighty thighs. I don't know why I'm on my relaxation account. Yeah, I know she wants to relax. I see that. Why Nick Carter specifically? Because the Backstreet Boys are amazing. And I was in love with Nick Carter. That's why. What other reasons are there? I'm not understanding. Why would we not want it to be Nick Carter? Like, it's just... Flip the empanadas, babe! My favorite meat. And these are watercolor markers. These are Tombos. And they are fantastic for this. Nick Carter is Pookie. And also makes some cute damn babies. Oh my god. His children are stunning. His son's a little spoiled, but that's expected. Nick is a very typical guy who grew up in a bad household, so I believe he does overindulge his children a little bit. I'm not good with those kind of paints. I can't tell if she went Italian because of the food, because the food is Italian. What? Is that your flavor? Listen, my flavor is mixed. My flavor is Nick Carter, Michael Bublé. Let me see. A little bit of Rat Pack. Depends on the day. Exactly which male I'm going for. See, I'm just trying to get him like this wild, crazy, golden-haired, sexy man. You know, I really love unicorns. I have those, Lunda. She loved. No, not loved. Love. I'll always love that man. In one way or another. 'Tis just who I am. You cannot stop me. I have no idea what they're watching out there, but it sounds very strange. I don't recognize it. I know it's on Disney. That's all I know. Oh, speaking of Disney, the Deadpool trailer dropped. This is random, but Star said, have you ever attended college? I attended exactly one semester. Exactly one semester. And because... What was that? Okay. I attended one semester, and the problem was, you guys already know, I said it last night, I say it all the time, I realized politically I would not align with anyone in the theater. I realized that I would just end up pissing too many people off because, again, even within my college, you had to be a certain political leaning in order to even get spaces in the college. Hi, baby. How the kids doing? What are they watching?
Soul.
Oh, that's why I don't recognize it.
Yeah. She wanted to watch out, but I was like, that's depressing.
She really wants to watch the depressing shit. That's probably Kaya. But yeah, check on the empanadas because I don't know how.
I just flipped them so that way they'll.
Okay. You hate Deadpool. God. Well, somebody. All right. So, babe, you're usually got
Babe,
your.
I'll be back. I'm just gonna ban.
No, listen. So this dude on YouTube was making these videos claiming that Ryan Reynolds was in a feud with Joy Behar over and was refusing to do interviews.
I mean, I'd be okay with that.
I'd be okay with that, but my issue is he's the only one reporting on it. Has anyone heard about this? Supposedly Ryan Reynolds refused to go on. He didn't really give too much. He just kept repeating the same shit over and over again. And I was like, I don't understand what the actual discourse is here. He's saying something about Faye and about it just a lot of it seemed like something I should be hearing about if it's actually happening. And you're so outspoken, so there would be so much discourse, right? Permission to beat Chris. I believe that we are getting to that point today. The candy corn was already too much, but Chris, you are overstepping your boundaries today, sir. There's disappointment. The way you draw that guy, I can only imagine how you would draw a majestic white unicorn standing on his haunches with a rainbow-colored mane. Well, I wouldn't do the rainbow color, but I would definitely do. God, I used to do horses. Great. It's been a hot minute. I just know that Ryan Reynolds infests my ads, and I want him to infest my ads. I think Ryan's amazing, but it's just typically he doesn't speak about politics, and I feel like if he had gone anywhere remotely against The View, I'd have seen that on one of the people that I follow. Somebody, Rick and Morty. Yeah, oh yeah, I've heard of Rick and Morty for sure. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like somewhere somebody would have mentioned it. I would have seen the Quartering mention it. I would have seen, I don't know, anyone talking about it. And I just haven't. So saying, like, I'd have seen a Ben Shapiro clip about it. I'd have seen even, you know, any of the, I don't know. Does anyone make, this is making sense, guys? Am I going crazy? What's going on, babe? No, I told Sammy not to play with Orion at all. Because he doesn't know when to stop. So tell him that's it. There's no more. Going implies you aren't already. Wait, what? I love Lorraine. I can't stand Wade. Deathstroke is better. You have the right to your own opinion. You have the right to your wrong opinion, Chris. It is okay. It is okay. We understand. Candy corn has affected the retardation to points where we cannot save the man anymore. Is this the right one? Yeah. We cannot rescue him from himself. I'm gonna let this dry for a minute. Let's see. I really like how it's coming out. It's like molten gold for me. Your opinion is valid. She's in the wrong. I don't want to hear that from a frog.
Hey, they're from a sponge.
Damn. Hi, Dylan. I like both characters. It doesn't matter to me. Morty's adorable wine compels me to wish I could hug him. I don't know. I find, in some ways, it's... I haven't watched it because I don't have any cable right now. Anyway, turn Guy into a fashion doll, please. Damn. Is she ready? Letting him dry. Then we're gonna go on to his skin. So I think I'm done with the hair portion. Next is gonna be highlights afterwards, but I gotta figure out how to put Ryan is Ryan in every movie ad. I actually don't like many of his other movies. I like a lot of his stuff. I enjoy that he might be Ryan, but then he's like soft version of Ryan, hard version of Ryan, funny version of Ryan. And you know, there is a difference. And I enjoy him. I don't know, I just enjoy him. Right now, he's the only person, in my opinion, that can make Hollywood enjoyable. I pole vaulted down the escalator of insanity. Only connected for a while. It's good to be back online. I'm glad you're back online. I just really into fashion dolls. I don't even know how to do that. I know you mean the paper ones, right? I don't know how to do that. I have to figure that out. But whatchamacallit? No, because I don't see anything else coming out that looks even worthy of my time. I mean, they destroyed the Snow White. They had to implement oh my God. Who has heard about that judge? The DEI hire. And she fucking plagiarized her essay on DEI. I'm like, damn, you are that bad. Are you that unqualified that you could not even fake it? How? Snow Latino? What? I think Deadpool will be good. I do. I definitely think it'll be good. I like that they're not gonna shove any woke stuff into it. I'm hoping there's no gender ideology. I don't want to see nothing. Just make a damn good film. Oh, you could do paper dolls. I thought that's what you were talking about. Wait, the president of Harvard has stepped down too? Oh God, now what? He's gonna dry off. But whatchamacallit? I'm just looking forward to this. What I found and what hasn't seemed to pop up in Ryan's films is there is nothing. He's not trying to jam any message. He just wants to make people happy. Him and Henry Cavill are the only people in Hollywood that really want to stay true to anything. They actually want to enjoy. Pookie, I mean, full on 3. Oh, like a doll. They were turning. Oh, you mean about how they tried to block that professor who was Jewish from getting in? That was some bullshit. That was, speaking of, so today, all right, so if you follow Kawaii Box, they always have this dude who's like the most creepy factor. They had him dressing up like a chick for a while, and it was disturbing because he would do not just like, he wouldn't just do annoying, he'd do annoying cringe in the bad way, and it came off as really creepy because you can see he's gotten some plastic surgery done to feminize his face a little bit. And it's like, I get what they're trying to do, but he doesn't deliver it well. It just comes off as creepy, okay? And he went to McDonald's, right? Because McDonald's in Japan has their Sakura season specials right now. Cool. And he was showing them off. And even though I was finding him cringe, I was like, well, you know, at least I get to see what's going on. And I go to the comments, and the first thing I see is some woman, McDonald's really isn't the look right now. And I'm like, no one cares. At this point, I don't care how heartless I sounded. I'm like, nobody cares. Stop getting mad at corporations or anything else for not following your useless boycott. Because it's not stopping anything. You can feel whatever way you want to feel about this whole entire bullshit conflict. You're not helping nobody. And I said, nobody cares. I said, as a matter of fact, because you said that, I want to go have McDonald's for the next 3 meals. Literally because you said that. I want to go have McDonald's for the next 3 meals. And she's like, it's not wrong to bring up genocide. I was like, okay, do you actively use your phone? Do you care about the lithium ion in your phone? Do you care about any of that stuff? Because you clearly don't. You only care about what is been told to care about. And she's like, I lost 20 cousins in Palestine. I'm like, if that's true, which I don't believe it is, I'm sorry it happened. But you also have to remember that Palestine attacked. I don't take either side. I think the whole thing is bullshit. I think we should let them all take care of it themselves. To this point, I am tired of America sending money to Ukraine. I am tired of sending money to Israel. I need us to take care of us. We need to get the asshole out of office, get Trump back in, and get this country going good again. And until then, they know Henry plays, don't get started on custodies. Apparently, there was a problemo with the way Horror Emirata says custodies. Apparently, she got you guys mad. You live in NYC. Oh, Linda, I am so sorry. My friend talked about the Starbucks aspect, and I was like, yeah, I've got so many friends, or at least acquaintances, like, we are boycotting them right now. Okay, cool. Like, I've always felt when it comes to, I understand if somebody's something directly, if the company itself is doing something directly bad, right? If the company itself is doing something directly bad, like they are actively hurting their employees. And why are you so sorry? Because New York is a cesspool, babe. Get out of there. Whatchamacallit? If the company was actively doing something, like their food was proven to be poisoning people, or if they came out and they were openly saying like a mocking stance or anything like that, then I get it. Okay? Or child labor, right. Then I understand the boycott. Take away their money so they stop doing the thing. If they donate, because apparently the whole reason the McDonald's one is one off a perceived rapper. There was a rapper and they're like, oh, this is them supporting. It's just a rapper. You're making mountains, molehills. That's what you're doing. Then on top of that, they apparently they gave free food somewhere in Israel, and that was wrong. No. How dare you help people in need? No. You can't do that. And so now they're being boycotted. Coca-Cola, Starbucks, all the same thing. Apparently, they are not allowed to help anyone in need. And so people are not wanting to be around them now. There are no sisters in the custodies and no brothers in the silence. I don't know what that means, Silvar. Yes, Nova? And, babe, check on their food because I want them to go to bed soon. Okay, good. And so it's like people are getting mad at these companies. I'm originally from Georgia, but grandma wanted to move back to her childhood hometown before she died. I can understand that, but there's a lot of people who left from NYC that are in the chat. Esteban being one of them. Let me see. I think we're getting close where I can start moving on to a skin. And it is literally just a matter of I am at the point where it's like, for instance, the boycott with the farmers in Europe. Everyone's like, well, Starson, you don't believe in people blocking roadways and things like that. You're right, I don't. When you're sitting there screaming about climate change and fuel and shit like that, or about food waste, but you're destroying priceless art, or you're making cars sit in traffic for hours and ruining other people's day, you're not doing anything. You're being worthless. You're just making yourself feel like you're doing something. But when you are a farmer directly affected by the government, that their actions are directly going to ruin your livelihood, directly going to ruin your life. And if you don't do something, it's going to negatively affect you. That is a different thing entirely. And I fully support that. Because when those farmers went out and they protested, they shot manure right into the government offices. They dumped trash right on the government buildings. Like, they made sure that directly on those government buildings and the government officials, they're the ones who suffered for what they had done. And then they won. The government listened. This is a free background music that comes from Restream. Or an extreme case is contributed to somebody's death because they can't get to the hospital. Exactly. Like, the quickest way for me to never want to believe in your movement where you're complaining about fossil fuels is if you block the road and somebody dies. And then when you find out someone died because you were blocking the roads and you say, that's just a casualty in the greater war, I will plan the longest and most wasteful road trip. I will take longer ways to get home. I will park my car, keep it idle for an extra 30 minutes. Just because you did that. And we're at that point. Very childhood. I would rather have stayed in Georgia, but Georgia just wasn't home to grandma. That makes sense. And that's how I am. The janitors would like to thank the farmers for the overtime pay, right? And that's my thing. They were directly going after who was going after them. That just makes sense to me. That's logical to me. Dang, what a coincidence, because my teacher has us watching the climate disaster movie, like it's super extreme, like New York went into Ice Age extreme. And that's my thing. Here's my thing. every 20 years, we're told we've only got 10 years. And then they have to keep changing the signs. Complain about global warming while spilling milk all over the supermarket floor because cows are oppressed and the workers definitely don't get paid enough to deal with that shit, right? And so it's like shit like that where I am beyond that. I don't fuck with that. I don't appreciate that. I think it's stupid. I think the people that do that shit literally don't have any value in their own life. And I mean it in the way that they don't know how to find value. As I'm saying, I'm so sorry. You got moved against your will, kiddo. I am so sorry. And I feel bad for a lot of kids growing up in this generation who have to suffer through a lot of this bullshit. What, Nova? Nova, what are you doing on that? No. Nova. What? Matt, come get Nova, please. I don't know what's up with her, but she can't seem to figure out how to get down. Thank you. I'm back. I have 14 cats. But yes, Lunda, she's one of them. Dang, beat me by that much. Hey, you know. Realize the brightness on these went up, and I don't know how. Now you can actually see the colors that I'm using. Crazy cat lady, crazy cat rescuer lady. But yes. Somewhat. All my children are problem children. Luna's been causing problems, of course. What's the problem? And see, the kid's mother hates dogs. So, there's that as well. Okay, I bet. Happy Wednesday. Not so subtle star sun shaming. Listen, I woke up late and then small humans had to come over. And I had to prioritize the small humans. Them's the breaks. No hiss. Not lately. That's fine, Lorraine. Stop tattling on silly stuff. Don't yell at your sister, Sammy. Sammy and Orion are literally almost the same age. They're off by a couple of days. The kid's mama seems like a bitch. Right. Yeah, make sure it's cooled off too, baby. I don't want his mouth getting burned. All right, I'm letting that dry. Nova, you'll get fed in a little while. Calm down. You still have an hour. But we're letting this all dry out. What you guys think? You liking it so far? Majestic. But yeah, and then there's this guy that called out Pearl, and it was hilarious. This really good looking guy. Honestly, a gay looking kind of guy. On Twitter. I think if I can share it to you guys. Hold on. Needs more abs. You can't even see his abs. His abs are down here, like way down. He'll get them. There's this idiot. Hold on. I gotta find. There we go. Which, as you all know, is named Pearl. I'm sending these messages over to Starman so I can show you guys. Aspetta. Let me get there. So, let me get the picture up. This guy called out Pearl. I have heard of cats, yes, honey. Yeah. I'm almost 40. So I've heard of a couple of things. This gentleman called out Pearl and said to her, there's a reason why men don't want you, despite the fact you say all the right things. Because you're exactly the opposite of everything you claim is the need. Like, you know, you're very rude, you're very loud, you're very outspoken, you're loudmouth, you're, yeah, I know, because that's what you tried to call me out on, quiet, Chris. And she tried to say she can always, by his voice alone, tell a cuck. If she can tell a fatherless man and a gay man. And so I posted that picture. I was like, he ain't no cuck. And one of her, who was actually a mutual of mine, came back and said, yeah, because hairless, shiny men aren't gay. And I was like, well, if that's the case. What about Pearl's Lord and Savior? What about that? The guy is out there keeping himself healthy, earning wealth. I see me in the corner, hi me. But I find it very funny that they went after this guy. But does Tate not do the same thing? Get all slicked up, fresh, clean shaven, no hair. Show off his muscles. So why is Tate not gay? Red pill folks. Where's the difference? Like, that's my question. Where's the difference? And this man is the high value men Pearl vouches about. He's the high value man she claims you're supposed to want. He's young, he's athletic, he's handsome, he's trying to be a good basis so he can marry and have children. Someone explain this to me. And she's like, oh, this is a weird way for him to shoot his shot. He's not trying to shoot his shot. He is telling you that he does not, that men like him don't want women like you. Tate can look attractive in the right outfit, right situation, and right angle because he truly has no chin. And I understand that maybe part of what he does is trolling, but that doesn't matter because he does not make himself people claim that a lot of people, feminists, whatever you want to call them, don't like Tate because they're jealous. But the man thinks that liking food is gay. The man thinks eating proper nutrition but also enjoying the taste of it is soy boy attitude. The man is miserable. He's just miserable. He's now supporting polygamy. I do not understand why they don't like it. Can we just get on with this? This is the conversation I want to have, Linda. And breathing air is gay, right? And I'm just like, sir. And it's just funny. They're all coming out after this guy. And it's exactly as I already said. They are all coming after this guy. Because how dare he call out Pearl in the exact same way she calls out, quote unquote, everybody. Someone I listen to calls him Andrew Tits. I like that. That's cute. And it's funny to me when the red pill people get called out, when the red pill people get their own medicine slapped back at them. Oh, how dare they? When he said he likes fucking trans women. Of course he does. Because he speaks out of both sides of his mouth. First, he wants men to go out and procreate. But then, he wants them to not. Man's very odd. Pearl just needs to go away. Pearl needs... What bothers me the most about the red pill, truly, is that they claim they never want a woman speaking for them, but then they want Pearl to speak for them. They claim that all women are emotional. They blanket statement everything. And then when it comes back on them, whatchamacallit, when it comes back on them, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. Everything to know about Pearl is compare her to her ex's new wife, right? He is very delulu. Extremely delulu. And I am at the point where if Pearl was honest with what she was and what she believed in, Pearl, I say this all the time, she would sign over her companies. She would give up her entire online persona. She would join a matchmaking service. She would marry a man and she would settle down. Because by her own definition, she is hitting the wall. But I find it hilarious between this guy calling Pearl out, between everything going on with Fresh and Fit and this whole Daisy situation, and then just now the polygamy thing. I don't understand how the red pill is still going strong. Yeah, technically by her stance, if you're over 25, you've already hit the wall. And isn't Pearl going to be 27? Like, right. By Pearl's own definition, hashtag don't shoot the messenger, she's already washed up. So what's up? Hope you're having a lovely day. It's been a decent day. Hi, Suni. I'm trying to make plans to get the yard work done. I was talking to, I don't remember who. I think it might have been one of my Michelle friends. I have several Michelle friends now. And I was talking about how I want to get the house all set up. But yeah. But onwards, I found this really cool homesteader on Instagram. And he just made me even more motivated to want to get my... Hi, Desert Jack! Let's be generous, Pearl probably has another 2 years to drag and ruin some poor schlubs. I don't think she's got 2 more years in her, Linda. I think after I've got a lot of friends named Michelle. That's what I mean by it. I think after the election, I think Pearl's going to have a lot harder time digging in her claws to the right wing, because the right wing won't feel the need, because we all know that Biden is not winning. And honestly, they have not been doing a good job promoting whoever they're going to get into the Democratic Party. Whoever they're going to use is just going to fail. They're going to fail against Trump. Trump has been too good. I mean, just look at that whole thing when he went to Chick-fil-A. And then when Biden went to some sandwich shop. Oh, you're being sarcastic. Listen, Linda. Linda, listen. But the point is, I'm the opposite end of the spectrum. I had to cut off the May Michelle in my life because she was... Really? I am so sorry. I have found Kevin's. Kevin's tend to be that for me. And Mike's. I mean, we said the same thing in 20... Shh. This time is different. This time they let Biden talk about having an uncle eaten by cannibals. Okay. They let Biden talk too much. Whoever wins, we lose. That's not true. That is not true at all. I definitely think we have a chance to turn a lot of shit around. The last 4 years have been shit. I agree, guys. Those are the real problems they use to seem honest. But scratch surfacing is just feminism for boys. Oh, 100%. 100%. That's exactly what Red Pill is. There's a couple of real problems that they have, but overall, it's just feminism for boys. True. Right. Last election, they let Biden campaign for him, and they could not hide his idiocy this time. He was too much in the limelight, and see, they didn't realize that. May have spent part of today being sad over her like a bad child, but I cut her off like a month ago. Hey, you know what, Emo? It's okay. It's okay. I definitely had my fair share of shitty friends. I have definitely had that. But the key thing is, and I loathe to say these things because they really have made it uncomfortable to even speak honestly about a lot of the therapy stuff because the left just uses it so much. But that's setting a boundary and it's putting yourself in a healthier spot, and that is perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine. Notice they have no real plan. Right, they don't have a plan. Their plan over and over again is just women bad. All right, women bad. Now what? Well, women bad. Okay, now what? So bitches just need to step in line. Okay, then what? So then what will you have? You're going to have a society entirely run by men. So the entire burden of everything will be on men. You're going to have women only at home, cleaning a house and cooking. Because that's what they want. They want women unable to choose anything. They want women unable to be in office. They want women unable to work. They want women in one place and one place only, at home serving men. All right, great. So now not only do men have to handle the heavy labor jobs, they got to handle every other job. Every other job. No room for nuance. You want me to get off soon, baby? I wasn't going to stay on much longer. Are the kids eating?
Yeah.
How much longer do you think they got? Okay. Can you switch up the laundry? When we're all settled, I'm going to fold all of that. If you want to start heating up our food, Chicken.
Cereal. And have chicken
Cereal?
for work. Keep the chicken for work.
Well, all right, I guess. Even handle the periods, right? They would have to handle everything. Yeah, the men put all the effort in every effort. They really don't understand what the solution they want would actually mean. That's the biggest problem. Instead, they scream matriarchy and they scream that it's gynocentric. They've even gone so far as to say that gynecologists are too gynocentric in their work. That they appease women too much. I need you to absorb that gynecologists are too gynocentric. Yes, how dare the people that take care of women center their entire job around women. Wow. Cereal chicken. No, Starman wants to have just cereal tonight, and I'm going to have some chicken that I made. We gave the kids, I have a bunch of empanadas that we've made. No riding the red dragon. People would be off monthly. I just do not understand it. I can't understand why their solution is just to hide women away. Because there are many red pill men I have met online, because Twitter is where the cesspool is. There's many men I have met online, and what they want to do is they want literally for there to be no women. None. They want the entirety of society. When they go out in public, when they drive, when they interact, every level they want it only men. And I'm like, really? Really? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's gonna work. That's gonna go great. That's gonna go fantastic. They just want cocks everywhere. Peens as long as the eye can see. How you gonna get laid if there ain't no women? Oh, the women will just, be traded to them, I guess. Hey, you gotta hide your love away. How much do they eat, babe? But where? She's gotta go to school tomorrow. Well, Lorraine, come here, baby. Orion, you are not Lorraine. You are not Lorraine. Simple, they are gay. They will be gay. Lorraine, baby, how about this? I make sure to keep some in my freezer, right? And so the next time you come over, I'll make them for you. How about that? Because Daddy's going to get a new stove for the house. So how does that sound?
Good.
You liked them?
Yeah.
Yeah?
But I ate quite a few.
You ate quite a few? How many did you eat?
I think like 9 or 8.
You ate 9 or 8? That's impossible. I only gave you 2.
No.
You a fibber.
And I only ate 1.
You only ate 1?
Yeah.
Okay, well, why don't we see if maybe Daddy can take yours home and put it in the fridge? Why don't you go tell Uncle Matt that? Put yours in a container, and we'll give it to Daddy, because we got your hot dogs in the fridge, too. Yeah, but I know you guys wouldn't eat that again. So why don't you go tell Uncle Matt that, to put, whatchamacallit, to put all that in the fridge. Okay? Tell him Auntie Cassie said that. To go visit some of the really dark towns in Pakistan, Afghanistan, Sudan, and come back and say how they want it to be. Right, Wiz? 100%. 100%. Because they think they want that. I can be mean auntie, but also I can be really nice auntie. I'm actually I am proud to say that I tend to be the auntie all the kids really, really like. Because I'm a very fair dictator. You listen, you're going to have all the fun. Oh, babe, don't forget the treat you got for the kids. Whatchamacallit? I try to be a very fair dictator to the kids. When you are good and you behave and you listen, You're going to go out and have fun. You're going to play hide and go seek. Auntie's totally going to manipulate you to pick up all the sticks in the yard and throw them into the brush. I do it every time. They still haven't caught on. Because Uncle Matt had to pick up the biggest branch that fell, right? Because I didn't want to trip over it. And they were like, Uncle Matt, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, well, he's playing a game. You know, whoever picks up the biggest and most sticks gets a prize. Yeah. They picked up so many damn sticks today. I, too, am technically an auntie, but me and my stepsis never really interacted much as kids, and she moved to Texas. Oh, that's so sad, Emo. Can I sit on your lap? You pick when I'm about to get off to sit on my lap. Wait, that's not. Shut up. No one. Reverse. You pick it when I'm about to log off to sit on my lap. All right. In case anyone wondered, it's Faye Queen saying that over on Twitch. Anyways. But, as I was going to say, when it comes to being auntie, when they came in there, the kids have not been here, okay? They haven't been here for a while. And Sammy tried to, what's the word I'm looking for? Sammy tried to act up. And I looked at him and I said, excuse me, young man, what happens here when you act up? And Lorraine spoke up and she went, you're going to get a butt whooping. I said, do you get a butt whooping if you listen to Auntie and Uncle? No. So what are we going to do? Our homework. That's right. Legitimate parents come up and ask me how I get their kid to do blah, blah, blah. And I look at them straight face and say, I weaponize their imagination and manipulate them. Exactly. I don't believe children are stupid. I genuinely do not. However, I do believe you have to, set the expectations to the proper age. But I've always made it where I will give you a level. You are going to rise to that level because I know you can. And then we'll have, do your last short? I did not, babe. I've been discombobulated. Hell, I'm getting ready to wind down because I'm going to have dinner with Starman and get the kids ready for bed and do the chores I was supposed to be doing earlier, but I was too busy handling chitlins. Has anyone told Pearl she is too old for Biden to sniff? That's not true. Biden's an equal opportunity sniffer these days. You got to adjust the language and tactics, right? Even Eden the doll even came out and stated to, stated because she's been a stepmother now for 2 years. And as a trans woman, she said, she's like, why are you all being weird and trying to get kids to do this shit? And it's getting louder and louder. They're starting to ban it more. They're starting to restrict it more. And people are acting like this is like a genocide, and it's not. We're trying to save kids. Too busy sleeping in. In my defense, Emo, I was up until 3:30. And on top of that, I did wake up at 6:40. And I went back to sleep for a short amount of time, which ended up being 12:30. Just keeping you accurate. Bite my fat white ass. A rational transgender. Exactly. I will give you respect when you are a reasonable, rational, understanding person. And that's something I think 99% of the trans community, especially the kids today, don't understand. And on top of that, the biggest problem is, like, I shared, and it's on, I think it's Gays Against Groomers, they were showing how when NAMBLA, which I didn't know was real until last year in the fall, okay? When NAMBLA first showed up on the scene back in the early 90s at a Pride event, the Pride event of the 90s is not what you see today. It's just not. It was normal. It was regular. It was a simple parade, and that was it. But I am being informed to cut it short, and so I will, because I am a godly tradcon wife who is obedient to her husband. Right, babe? delayed. But
Ryan,
I am sorry it wasn't more, guys, but especially with my throat, you can hear it's getting a little rough. You didn't know they were real when Antifa? I did not. I didn't know Antifa did, frankly. But I'll tell you what, it was Starman who's like, you didn't know? I'm like, no, I didn't know. I really didn't know. I had no idea. I was floored. I was shook. I was shocked. I was triggered. What, Orion? You just offered me some ass I didn't know about. One of the biggest problems is crazies hijacking being right, and it's been happening all this time. It's been happening all this time.
there's gonna be help moving.
I'm coming, baby. But all right, guys, I am going to try. Throat goating will help start. Shut up. What I'm going to try to do is get to bed on time tonight. This is the truest statement made on this channel today. Truest statement made. That's exactly how I learned, and that's why I didn't think they were real, Linda, because I thought it was made up by South Park, which was a far more believable scenario. But I'm going to try to get videos out this week, guys. I've been having, between being sick, we're having problems around the house, me having to jump back and forth. Us Christians need to take back the rainbow. Second truest statement made on this channel today. But just remember, guys, I'm going to get videos out. I've got collaborations coming up with a couple of people. I'm very excited about it. If you do want to have the meetup in July, let me know. I am going to make a small little video asking everyone about it. Chat is becoming like Star Sun where she doesn't stop talking. Really, seriously. And just remember, guys, tell the people important to you that you love them and to be safe. So, guys, I love you. Be safe. Have a good night. If my throat feels better, I might have a surprise stream later on in the week. I am not sure, but I love you guys. Be safe. Have a good night.